Do a blog to thank everyone for the birthday messages before it gets too late. Now it's coming up to 3 days since my birthday, but it's still 2 days and a minute, and I don't want to leave it any longer in case I forget about it. And I'm not going to circulate it on YouTube, or because it's only specific to friends that have wished me a happy birthday or people on Facebook that know me. I think, not that too many years have gone yet, but I think with every passing year, this is my wisdom message, that to people younger than me, even though they might have a lot of wisdom themselves, but also to people older than me that can relate to this, because I'm in the middle, that with every passing year, you get wiser. But it's not, humility is a good thing. Don't get away from it, because as soon as I could think as a small kid, I thought, I've got to be humble in this life. You only get one life, and humility is great, and it's a virtue. But in the world of today, it doesn't seem to be a virtue any longer, because the world's gone chaotic. Ethics, values, integrity, that kind of thing matters least. But that's not to say that all people think that way. But it's just not good to, I don't think, in the world as it is, to get more and more humble with age. You retain that humility, but it's good to have a sense of self-preservation and to have common sense and balance. I'm saying this as a Libra, to balance that sense of humility. And we've all got flaws, and it's good to recognise that, but don't be too publicly humble, and don't be arrogant. That's what I would say. Don't be arrogant either, obviously, because I just relate to like-minded people, or I relate to people in a way that I don't judge, but I don't think actually humility is the right kind of thing to grow. I think wisdom is the right thing to grow in the society and the world that we're living in now, and just being true to yourself and peace loving rather than play to the conflict. I had 14 years worth of data deleted, and I'm being tenacious, and it will take ages and ages to get addressed. I think that people see you just for being nice as being a kind of Uriah Heep character, and that's obviously not the truth. Or they could think that you, because you want to retain humility and champion that you're a pushover or you've got no self-esteem. That's not true either. But 14 years of data being deleted by Facebook because of a hacker or a scammer. They said they were looking into it, and then they just let that happen. Now, the CIA, to make a point, or the FBI, World Intelligence Agencies, I know I'm just me, and there wasn't any kind of dodgy information on it. Well, if there was, it would need to be looked into, but there wasn't. But would you catch the traditional CIA or FBI just because of a hacker, allowing them to get away with it, and then deleting 14 years, not 14 months, but 14 years of information just to play into that hacker's hands, letting them get away with it? And it's something that I've regularly championed and spoken out about, because the people from God knows where, or people that were somehow connected to people from Derpley High School, hacked that page, and I developed a counter page that's still in existence, even though people are now sending advertising from a counselling agency, which is fine by me. It's better than some scammer or hacker that is not local at all, as far as I can see, just taking over. But the thing is, previously, you know, I had all my poems, and I've managed to recreate them. Some of them were co-illustrated and looked really nice, and those ones that were, a lot of those that were illustrated have gone. I don't know where, and I don't know. Someone could be rebranding my poems, but it's not just that. It's 14 years of posts, and that's okay to just vanish. It's like saying 14 years of history, I will just delete that. Well, it's not really something I personally agree with. I can accept it, but I'm not. There's no way I'm condoning that, and I can't be the only one that this kind of thing has happened to. But I was globally friendly and peace orientated, and we never got any trouble. I never got any trouble in that regard. I did get pestered, but I didn't get people dissing me like that. Like, what happened was, it wasn't to do with Facebook friends, it was to do with I allowed Google mistakenly to access Facebook, because that's my, you know, that I have Gmail. I mistakenly thought that would be okay because everyone had proved trustworthy. They could have tried to hack, but not many people did. And I thought Facebook was well vetted and there were proper rules and regulations. Now, I'm thinking that everyone should have the right to express an opinion on Facebook and have liberty, and human rights should prevail and no one should be bullied. I'm not going to say not at all, quite so. They should regulate it, but now they're regulating it for the wrong thing. But when there's something really, as in the broader spectrum of life, as we see in public life, when there's something genuinely dodgy, people turn a blind eye, and some ridiculous red tape. Why bother incorporating rules and regulations if 14 years of data is, it's okay to just take over 14 years of data and hack it, and then it just disappears into the ether. Well, I'm being tenacious, and I don't think it's going to be solved soon. I'm going to keep going until maybe I'm 100 years old if I live that long, and I'm going to keep on pressurising Facebook and asking them what the hell has happened to it. Not just for my sake on the poetry, but just for the vast information I'd posted, and the fact of some photos being digitalised. But you know, I've got copies of them, so it's not really that. It's just my posts and the poetry that the other person kindly illustrated for their sake as well, and you know, for anybody else's sake, that Facebook can just condone hackers. Well, not they said they didn't condone it, but to allow it, because I'm thinking if this continues, people are going to branch off into just social media communities, which is a shame. It won't in the next 10 years. Global Facebook is going to maybe have to be limited, and it's going to be more kind of social media with the people you can trust, community based, and that's really the fault of Facebook for not regulating the scammers or the hackers. Eventually, I think it's going to be we're just going to get so community friendly forums. That's the only way to combat it, but that's not ideal, is it? And the thing is that when I had a globally friendly Facebook, the ironic thing is the problem wasn't coming from them. I thought possibly I'm being too friendly, but the thing is, it was from an external source to Facebook, and I'm not the only one. Other people have had this. Facebook just allowed them to hack into something in the, maybe maliciously, but maybe also so that they can gain materially from a Facebook that had a large following. So I'm going to keep going on this, but I'm not